Well, it certainly was a busy week around here and a busy week for Cuse fans. But I'll get to the Cuse in a minute. First, I'm going to lead off this week with a little bit of a tribute to a longtime friend of mine who has greatly served the Seneca Falls community. I've known this lady 35 years. She graduated with my sister, and in 1989 she joined the Seneca County Sheriff's Department. 5 years later, she became the first female police officer in the birthplace of women's rights, and she has served quite honorably since then. At the end of this month, she's calling it a career from the Seneca Falls Police Department. And you know what? She has had a great, long, distinguished career, and I wish her well. I am proud to be her friend. I am proud to know her. Congratulations to Sue Pleretti. And I will tell you that she has been a trailblazer in more ways than one. Other females have joined the Seneca Falls Police Department, especially Sergeant Anderson, who herself is doing an amazing job. And I will tell you, you look at Sergeant Anderson, you look at her look-alike daughter, you look at them, and both of them have had a challenging year, especially because both have had knee problems. But you look at them, and you might say, they're clones! Enough Frankensteining, okay? Sue, you are one of a kind. And like I said, I'm proud to call you my friend. Good luck in your next endeavor. You served Seneca Falls well. You were an asset. But I will say, Chief Capozzi, why'd that thing have to be in the article about when you took her to the range at Sampson for the shooting range? Why, when you went down the bumpy road, you were concerned? She was wearing her sports bra, but she made sure that everything was in the right place. All right, no more innuendo. But what I'm saying is, Sue, you're terrific. You are great. Good luck. And now I'm going to talk about something that I'm wondering about. The inconsistent Cuse. A little bit of a thing there. Eerie, if you get my drift. But, it seems this is maddening for a Cuse fan like me. It seems as though we come out and we play like gangbusters sometimes, but then we act like bums. First, Clemson. We played the Tigers tremendously, and you thought maybe that basketball team might have a high after their football team kicked Alabama's ass in the college football national championship. But Syracuse took care of the Tigers. But then on Saturday night, Georgia Tech comes into the Dome, and what happens? We the bums. Yeah, we let Georgia Tech shoot on us all night long, just like Joe Walsh did, put between his cheek and gum all night long. And Georgia Tech wound up thumping the Cuse 73-59. But then last night, we go down to Cameron Indoor Stadium, and for the first few minutes, it looked like the Cameron Crazies and Duke and Zion Williamson were going to blow us out of the building. They raced out to a 12-0 lead. But don't know the Cuse, do you? It seemed as though Tyus Battle, Frank Howard, Elijah Hughes, and all of them started playing like the players that I hoped they would. Especially Tyus Battle, having a career night pretty much. And also Frank Howard scoring all those points in the second half. And also Elijah Hughes, who showed that from 80 feet he could heave a basketball and score right at the end of the half. But boy, and also Pascal Chukwu showing his moves, especially when he really needed it on defense, and also helping to secure a 95-91 victory. A big one in Cameron Indoor Stadium. But I mean, there's going to be certain skeptics that say Cameron Reddish wasn't playing. Oh, hell with them. You know, we beat Duke and all of their other number one NBA draft picks, including the freak of nature that is Zion Williamson. But you know, you gotta wonder, come on, Cuse, let's show some consistency. Why can't we play like we did against Duke and Clemson all the time and not play like the bums we were against Georgia Tech? Come on, Cuse. Let's play with a little consistency. And one little thing about the Cuse's football team. Looks like Chance Amy is going to transfer. I mean, it looked like maybe a year or two down the road he might have been the quarterback. Heck, he flipped on the University of Houston to come here. Now he's transferring. Yeah, Tommy DeVito is now going to have limited options if he gets injured. Come on, Amy, let's digress. Let's get back into the thing, shall we? I mean, we need quarterbacks. Rescind your thing to transfer. I mean, I'm just wondering. We're finally getting good on the football team. Let's not blow it. And I'm going to go from talking about the Cuse to the NFL playoffs. Well, you know what? Everything went to script this week. All four of the top four teams advanced. Sets up an interesting Final Four for the playoffs. The NFC. It's going to be the Rams versus the Saints. Well, you know what? It's going to be two games of the young gun taking on the old pro. Jared Goff taking on Drew Brees, who turned 40 years old today. And you got to wonder, how much longer is Drew Brees going to be at the top of his game? But you got to wonder, you know, they're down in the Louisiana Superdome. You have to wonder, are the Saints going to go marching in? And the AFC Championship. It's the young gun, Patrick Mahomes, versus the old pro, the guy I love to hate, Tom Brady. But you know what? I think Mahomes has got the advantage because it's the first time an AFC championship will be in Arrowhead Stadium. The other two times Kansas City made it to the Super Bowl, it was in the opponent's stadium in the AFL championship. Get that. AFL, because it still was the AFL when Kansas City made it to the Super Bowl. And I mean, somewhere up there in heaven, Hank Stram's probably smiling. Is he going to be mic'd up, you know? Let's keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys. You see Kasulki over there? He was acting like a Chinese fire drill. Yeah, 65 toss power tramp. Yeah! Well, you know what? Let's hope they do that to Tom Brady in New England. Do the 65 toss power trap and get Kansas City into the Super Bowl for the first time in 50 years. And last but not least, I do want to talk about a commercial I saw. You know what? This past year seems as though the media and a lot of people seem to have been taking on the males. Because you know what? There's the Me Too movement and everything. It seems as though the media and other programs are starting to bash the male part of society. Well, Gillette's come out with a commercial because, you know, their tagline is the best a man can get. But now they're trying to say, they're trying to say, hey, you know what? Men can grow up to be fine, upstanding citizens. Let's show how we can be. Well, you know what? My dad taught me to be a fine, upstanding citizen. And the thing is, I mean, if I didn't treat everybody with respect, especially women and especially minorities, he would have kicked my butt. Well, you know what? I applaud Gillette for making a commercial like that, as it's time to shine positive on the male part of the species. And you know what? I need to use a little Gillette myself, see? I got a little stubble. But I digress. I'm Ken Haas, and that's my story for this week.